I finally figured it out. I've got the textures actually working. This is a fish that I made in a program called Second Plop, which was based off of Plop. I think I just painted with a tablet that I had or my fingers on a device. But you just draw an image, two-dimensional, and it makes a puffy Second Life sculpted prim object for you, as well as the texture to fit onto that. And that's what this is. So it actually put the fish onto the texture. And here's the original texture that it gave me. So let me just stop that for now. And the main thing I was working on today was the UFO. Can I find the UFO? There's just so much here now. There it is. There's the sculpty. And let's actually get the let's get the actual texture on there. So here we go. Oh. So there's the top, left, bottom, front, back. Let's just do the front, and it's upside down. So there we go. Now it looks like a UFO. Textures are correct. It's been a big problem that I've been running into. The next issue I've been starting to run into is this directional light. If I put it at a hard angle or if the intensity is very bright, I can start to notice this seam. And this isn't specific to the UV mapping with normals. It is actually still there if I take off the texture. So it is normals, but it's not UV mapping. So I don't quite understand why that's such an issue. So it just depends on how the light hits it on the edge. Let's see, what about the other side? Yeah, the same thing there. So yeah, so I've started grouping all of my controls, and I added the angle and elevation to directional light. And doing that revealed that issue to me. Vertices, cube, not much else going on here. What did happen today? Camera angles. The alignment maps are just fine. It used to happen. Where is it? C4321. Oh, the texture's rotated. So I did rotate the texture for now. My bottom pole vertex was missing, so I had to add that. I'm still having this wonkiness with the textures on that last row. Just not. The faces should be going directly to the center. It should not be warping like that. Top is also an issue. You can kind of see that. Let me take off the vertices. So you can see H6, H7, H8, those are fine, but as you zoom in, it gets very jagged, but it's not noticeable. The poles might be fine. I'm just not sure about it. It's just that I don't like what's going on. I also found out that I changed the data being revealed here to reflect that only one pixel in the top row is actually being read. I'm not sure if you can see that if I zoom in. Can we see it? So there's only one pixel there at the top, and the bottom, only one pixel there. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I just started changing the UI to group things together. Change the camera angles so that if I change this, or wait a minute, let's click top. If I change this orbit or the orbit controls, I can click top to reset that. But I can also click reset to reset that. That reset button isn't necessary anymore. The first thing I did was make the reset button functional. But it's kind of pointless if I already have the buttons that do that. I just did something for nothing. I need to remove that button. Yeah, so that's all that happened today. The issue that I ran into was my spherical indexing, trying to find out which vertice to grab if I'm looking for the XY coordinates of the segments that as I iterate through the segments, and I was off by one, and it just was a big issue. But yeah, that's it's working now. Oh, and I also start showing up all the rotation values, the scale values here. You can see the actual numerical values as I change the scale. The one other thing was getting the exact coordinates for how the model is built, not just at which location on the image to pull coordinates from, but the actual values that the coordinates map to. One of the things I have is this cube that I made last night. Here we go. And if I turn on my reference cube, you'll see that there's 3 faces that have conflicts with, there's a weird wonkiness going on. But the other 3 faces, they don't have that clipping. So I actually did some research, found out some of my values were actually incorrect, made some changes, and still have this clipping effect, and found out that the clipping effect is a-okay. But still, the values that I was using originally were not wrong. So it wasn't all for nothing, but it didn't solve the problem that I thought I originally had. All right, so that's it. I'm out of here.